All right, peeps, we're gonna be real quick. Since I haven't done a video since Tuesday for the NFL picks, I felt that since I'm gonna be doing a review video for Pittsburgh, I would go ahead and recap the season so far and kind of preview what's gonna be happening in the near future, I believe, and within the next few weeks for Pittsburgh. Kind of preview from some things that are gonna be important here coming up, of course. So let's recap the season. Kind of sort of week by week a little bit. Kind of just recap what's been going on. So first off, Pittsburgh is 6-4. They're in a very good position, holding the 5th wild card spot right now, and they'd be playing Indianapolis, which I believe they could beat them. But the fact that there needs to be some things that need to change in the NFL. Quite frankly, they need to keep it to 6 playoff teams. I don't think they need to add another playoff team. That's kind of bullshit, if you ask me. So I believe they should stick to 6, but they probably will do 7 just to make more money. It's a business, you know. So I think they need to stick to 6 playoff teams. And another thing, make it the top 6 teams. Don't do divisional winners no more, because this is bullshit. Last year, Carolina was 7-8-1, and they ended up playing Arizona. And then in 2013, trying to think. Was it Arizona 10-6, 3rd place in their division, missed the playoffs because of Green Bay. They had 7 or 8 or 9 fucking wins and they won their division against Chicago in the last week of the season. That is bullshit. So please, NFL, change it to the top 6 teams, because that way you won't be having. Hell, who knows? Jacksonville can make the playoffs because they could win that division. That is absolutely sad. So they need to change that. And let me, since my dogs are bitching right now, go outside. That's what they do. They run outside. That's what they do. They run outside, come back in 2 minutes, and they do this. It's the same circle repeated over and over. So they need to keep it to 6, because you know what? If it was like the way I think it should be. Let's see. You got New England would be 10-0, I think, or 9-0, whatever the fuck it is. It's week 11. So you have New England, number 1 seed, Cincinnati, number 2, Denver, number 3, Pittsburgh, number 4, Buffalo, number 5, number 6 would be believe it'd be the Raiders. But no, they have it all mixed. They have it all like how, whatever. But so recapping the season, of course. If it wasn't for this defense, Pittsburgh would be 4-6 or 3-7 right now. You have to admit, people, that Pittsburgh's defense is playing pretty good. Hell, I didn't even expect it this good. And, hold on real quick. I'll be right back. Getting back to where I was, people. Previewing the future, recapping the season, whatever. So Pittsburgh 6-4, get a position in playoffs, of course. You gotta admit, though, if we had, injuries are part of the NFL, but if the Steelers had, Pouncey, Bryant, and Bell for, the whole season, you cannot deny this team would be at least 7-3, 8-2, but it's not how things happened. But I gotta say, though, considering they missed Ben for a quarter of their season, no Bell, no Bryant for a while, no Pouncey, no Shazier for a while, and there's a lot of injuries. Losing your starting left tackle, I gotta say 6-4 is a good position. And Tomlin has this team looking pretty good, I gotta admit. You have to look at the fact that their defense is only allowing 19 points a game. They're 4th in the league with the most sacks. They allow the yards, but they're good in the red zone defense. They caused the most forced fumbles this season, and they've got a pretty decent amount of interceptions. And they're doing, if it wasn't for this defense, Pittsburgh would be fucked right now. They'd be screwed. Because offense hasn't really been living up to its hype, but now they got Ben back. They're able to finally get back in groove. So against New England, if we had a good kicker, we probably could have had a chance to win that game. If we had a good kicker, we would have beaten Baltimore, so we'd be 7-3. But you just don't know what would happen next week, of course. So honestly, I got to say, Pittsburgh will make the playoffs this year. They will be about 10-6 or 11-5. Do I think they have a good chance for the table? Yeah, I do. Here's why. They're on a 2-game winning streak. They're on a bye week. They're getting healthier. Everybody stays healthy. I think they can beat Seattle. I think they have a good chance. I think they can beat the Colts. I think they can beat anyone they play right now. Honestly, within these next 6 weeks or so, there's not one team that I don't think they can beat. I think they can obviously beat Cleveland. They can beat Baltimore. They can beat Seattle. They can beat Denver. They can beat any of those teams. I think they can beat all of them. I think they have a good chance of doing it. And here's why. With DeAngelo Williams supplying a pretty good running game, and with Ben and then Brown, that's still a pretty good offense. And there's a reason why they're 7th in the league right now in offense. And then you had Bryant, and he's obviously one of the best deep threats in the league and one of the better receivers. And that is why I think they can beat one of those games. And with Seattle struggling right now and our defense playing good, I think they have a good chance of beating Seattle. They can beat any of these opponents. They can beat Cincinnati. I know that for a fact. But will they do it? I think they have a really good chance. At the worst, they'll go 10-6, but I think at best they'll do it 12-4. But I think they'll probably finish 11-5 again. Do I think they can win the division? Yes, I think they have a good chance, and here's why. With Cincinnati being 8-1 right now, Pittsburgh being 6-4, they play one more time. Cincinnati's playing Arizona. If Cincinnati loses Arizona, they're 8-2. Pittsburgh 6-4. Pittsburgh wins against next week, 7-4. Cincinnati will be, we'll see. Well, we don't know who they play. I don't know. And then they play again. I think Pittsburgh, if Cincinnati kind of dwindles down and, kind of goes downward and chokes a little bit, Pittsburgh has a chance to sweep in and win the division. But do I think that'll happen? No, because there's a little bit, they're just 2 behind. But it's possible, so don't count them out yet. Other things I need to discuss, possible contenders for taking our spot. I don't think Oakland will do it because we're to beat them and we're ahead of them by 2 games right now, so they're in a little bit of a hole, or the 1 game, whatever. The Chiefs, as a team, that worries me about taking our spot, and the reason being, they have a pretty easy schedule the rest of the way. They beat us, and their conference record is pretty decent. And I swear to God, if they get in because they beat us, I'll be pissed because they're not gonna do shit. I mean, their offense is very limited. They don't have Jamal Charles. Their receivers are weak. I mean, they don't really have they don't deserve to be in it because who the fuck's gonna watch the Chiefs play the playoffs? Nobody gives a fuck about them. It's a bad business move if they get in. That's why I think NFL is gonna be a little bit questionable a little bit next few weeks because they know what teams they kind of want in and what teams they don't want out. They know what they want. So I think that's going to help Pittsburgh, honestly, because they have a lot of fans, of course. And I think, I don't know, we'll see. But I think Kansas City has a good chance. Oakland, no. Buffalo or the Jets. I think the Jets will get in, not the Bills. So I think ultimately Pittsburgh will either finish as the 5th seed or they will finish as the 2nd seed. Here's why. 5th seed because wild card because Cincinnati wins the division. 2nd seed because Pittsburgh wins the division, beats Denver, and finishes off with 12-4. That's the only way I can think of it. So that's my video. That's my recap and preview of the season so far. That is that.